13 essential skills you need to succeed in life. 13 skills everyone should master. In this video, we will share with you 13 essential competencies you need to live a fulfilling life. Manage time wisely. 1. Managing time wisely. It is likely that there will always be a point in your life where you are trying to balance both your professional priorities and your personal priorities. Time management skills are a must if you don't want to be constantly overwhelmed. Good time management allows you to achieve more in a shorter period, leading to more freedom. This enables you to take advantage of learning opportunities, lower your stress, and helps you focus, which leads to more professional success. Perhaps the most important time management lesson is that you should try to complete one task at a time. According to research, multitasking is actually counterproductive because the brain consumes a lot of energy trying to readjust its attention between activities. It would also be wise to limit the number of hours spent working. A long time ago, Henry Ford discovered that productivity starts to decline after employees log more than 40 hours each week. Other studies also show that 60-hour workweeks become less productive after 3 weeks. Make friends in any environment. 2. Making friends in any environment. Forming relationships should be thought of as more of a skill rather than leaving things to chance. This skill is even more important during the development of young adults. Once you leave the university campus, where it is generally easy to form close friendships, one way to make friends as an adult is to exchange confidences. Self-disclosure, which involves revealing information about yourself to someone else, predicts liking, closeness, and relationship building. According to research, another surprisingly simple but effective tactic is spending time with those you would like to befriend, referring to the mere exposure effect. We tend to appreciate things and people we are familiar with. Stick to a budget. 3. Sticking to a budget. A budget helps you discover your long-term goals and work towards achieving them. If you just drift aimlessly through life, throwing money at every shiny object that catches your attention, how will you ever save enough money to buy a car, take that trip to Europe, or put a down payment on a house? A budget forces you to map out your goals, save your money, track your progress, and make your dreams a reality. Miles Feidelman, a policy analyst, systems architect, and social entrepreneur, wrote that it is incredible how many people struggle with the simplest things in life, such as balancing a checkbook, filling out a tax form, ensuring there is more money coming in than going out, and setting aside reserves for emergencies. You would want to anticipate any significant costs in the immediate future, such as if you are planning to have a child or go back to school. It is also smart to set aside an emergency fund with an amount equivalent to several months of expenses in case the unexpected happens. Be comfortable speaking in public. 4. Being comfortable speaking in public. Not everyone will be a great speaker in their life, and that's okay. However, it is important to know how to speak in public at some point, whether it's giving a presentation at work or making a toast at a friend's wedding. Someone once wrote in a now-deleted post that the ability to speak confidently to a large group of people is a skill to be learned. It leaves a lasting impression and brings you to the attention of different people. If the thought of walking your colleagues through a PowerPoint presentation gives you nightmares, there are techniques you can use to alleviate some of your concerns. One particular strategy based on research is to reframe your anxiety as excitement, which can make you appear more competent and persuasive. Negotiate. 5. Negotiation skills are useful not only in our professional lives but also in our everyday lives. Learning to negotiate effectively involves acquiring a variety of relationship management skills, including communication strategy, persuasion, conflict resolution, decision-making, and relationship building. A number of users have written that negotiation skills are important for any expression. If you are negotiating your salary, for example, the best tactic to get what you want while presenting yourself as friendly is to ask for a range that includes and exceeds the target amount. For instance, if you are aiming for a $100,000 salary, suggest a salary range of $100,000 to $120,000. Another strategy is to frame your proposal in terms of what you are offering the person rather than what they are losing. So, instead of saying, "I want $20,000 for my car," say, "I am giving you my car for $20,000. Clean up after yourself." 6. Cleaning up after yourself. A lot of people transition from being a teenager to an adult without acquiring the necessary skills to take care of cleaning their space seriously. Cleaning regularly not only creates a hygienic place to live but also makes you more efficient, calmer, and happier. Basic cleaning skills include doing dishes, laundry, cleaning the house properly, maintaining the house organized and tidy, and perhaps even a weekly and monthly cleaning routine. Cook simple meals. 7. Cooking simple meals. Learning to cook will help you understand the world's cultures, uses, and flavors. You will also learn life skills such as eating healthily and managing your money. Nutritionist and cleaner Joy McCarthy said that if you can read, you can cook, and you don't need talent because there are so many fantastic cookbooks out there. Start simply with a breakfast smoothie or a dinner a week, then build your repertoire. You might dream of imitating your favorite top chef, but grilling some chicken breasts and steaming broccoli is quick and nutritious. The simplest foods are the healthiest. You don't have to be Gordon Ramsay to maintain yourself or impress guests at a dinner party. Knowing how to cook at least 5 dishes, writes Erin Nakano Quinn, is likely to depend on the culture in which you live, but be able to cook at least 1 vegetable dish, 1 breakfast dish, 1 dish you can serve to a group of people, a dessert, and a starch. Try to be able to do these things without a cookbook, and you will be like a rock star wherever you go. Accept feedback gracefully. 8. Accepting feedback with grace. A certain user named Pedram Kayani wrote that for most of us, it is difficult to hear how we have made a mistake or could have done something better. An incredible skill you can learn from practice is to put aside your emotional response during that period and focus on the information being presented to you. Some of it will be valid, and some of it will not, but let your mind decide, not your ego. There are different strategies for responding with a level head, depending on the type of feedback you are receiving. If your boss, for example, points out what he or she thinks is a mistake and you are not sure if he or she is right, you can say something like, "I hadn't thought of it that way, but I will take a look as soon as possible." Administer first aid. 9. Administering first aid. Do you have any idea what to do if someone collapses at work, if you sprain your ankle while going out for a hike, or if your child starts choking at dinner? Learning the basics of first aid and CPR is one of those things you hope you will never have to use, but in case of an emergency, first aid training can help you stay calm, stay safe, and even save a life. Those skills you gained an initial introduction to during scout training will serve you well at some point in your life. It is important to know how to properly dress a wound, splint a broken finger, and perform the Heimlich maneuver and CPR. So, refresh your skills or start anew by enrolling in a class. Speak a second language. 10. Speaking a second language. Learning a new language opens your mind to a completely new way of thinking. You will notice and appreciate parts of the world you have never experienced before. In the current context of an increasingly interconnected and interdependent world, competence in other languages is a vital skill that gives you the opportunity to engage with the world in a more immediate and meaningful way, whether in your neighborhood or thousands of miles away. While it better prepares you to compete and succeed in the global economy, there is also the possibility that learning a new language can make you smarter. Although the jury is still out on this, some studies suggest that being bilingual can improve cognitive abilities, but more recent research disagrees with these claims. Say number. 11. Saying no. It is fascinating how many of us are unable to say this small word. Learning how to say no gracefully but firmly, without couching it in excuses or innocent lies, is a critical life skill. If you are the type of person who feels guilty when they say no or automatically says yes when someone asks you to do something, try saying, "I need to think about it," instead. It will give you more time to think about your schedule and decide if it is something you are interested in and can actually do, without having the pleading eyes of a person staring at you. And every time you say yes to something, like working late, remember that you are also saying no to something else, like going to the gym, having dinner with the family, or having a decent bedtime. Protect your electronic devices. 12. Protecting your electronic devices. Having your phone die or your computer stolen is nerve-wracking enough. Saying goodbye to all your important information with those gadgets is even worse. Anyone who owns a device needs to know how to protect it. The first thing to do is to install a good antivirus program that will automatically update and scan for infections. You need to learn to check your antivirus and ensure it is working correctly. On a wireless PC, it is also fundamental to use a separate program for finding and removing spyware. Doing all these things will go a long way toward protecting your electronic devices. Invest. 13. Investing. Everyone should learn how to invest if you want to retire one day, and most people do. Learning to invest is the first step. It is the best way to create wealth over time. Investing now, whether you are hiring someone to manage your portfolio or doing it yourself, will save you in the long term, allowing you to multiply your money and leave you with a huge pile of cash when you are ready to retire. The key factor to remember is time. Yes, you might lose money in the short term, but you will build wealth in the long term. We would like to know about your experience regarding the topic covered today. Share it with us in the comments, and if you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask them. We will gladly respond. Your like would be a source of satisfaction for us, and of course, do not forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the upcoming publications.